Hello, hello. I hope you are doing absolutely fantastic today, and I need to get my microphone a bit closer here. Okay. Um, so, and I need to turn the light down a bit. Say if you'd excuse me. Okay. Okay, here we are. Okay, who do we have in the chat? We have uh Peter. Hello, hello. How are we doing today, dear Peter? Not Peter. I hopefully Peter comes in. It's Jens. Sorry, dear Jens. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Okay, so um, as per usual, I have my and now I need more light. As per usual, I have lovely co-hosts. We have Bertil. Bertil is here as usual with me. He is sitting next to me on next to my keyboard there on my desk. And we have Stefan. He's a hedgehog living in a watering can. He is there sitting on my speaker, or one of the speakers that I have. Okay, so what do we have on the agenda tonight? American homophobia. No, sorry, transphobia. Sorry, I'm really, really tired. American transphobia. Cultural phenomenon. So, anyway, big thing. What I think this really boils down to is religion. I really, really hate talking about religion, but yes, conservative values that are based mainly on um, based mainly on Protestant Christianity. So I think we need to go back in history a few hundred years to really understand the issue. Okay, but hey, warning! I have content warnings for today. Content warnings: religion, transphobia, homophobia, death, uh, suicide. Uh, that's pretty much it. So, warning. Okay, so um, how did this all come about? Some hundred years ago, some hundred, so a few hundred years ago, Protestant Christians came to what is now the east coast of the northeastern coast of United States. Eventually, in escaping the religious persecution, they were fundamentalist or very conservative Protestant Christians, Calvinist Baptists, and such, who were at the time persecuted by the Catholic Church and some mainstream less conservative Christians like the Lutherans, for example. And then these religions then sprung off to what is now evangelical Christians, and of course the infamous Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses, that have sprung off from this. And then we have the what do you call it? Amish, yes, very American phenomenon. Religion, especially conservative, conservative Protestant Christianity, is deep rooted in the American society and the American culture in at large. You know, okay. Um, Thanksgiving. I mean, pretty much celebrating the murder, well, the genocide of Native Americans by the Protestant Christians who arrived in the what is now east coast of um, east coast of the United States, and bringing Christianity into the country or the land that lay beyond. Okay, so but the conservative Christianity, they just want to hide the Christian or the religious um, diversity, the conservative, really deep, in the Bible Belt. Last time we had not last time, but 2 weeks or so ago, I had the voicemail from a um, anonymous source. I may or may not play today as well because it's important. Anyway, it's conservative Christianity is deep rooted in the uh, American soul, if you will, uh, American culture, and that is where our topic comes in. American transphobia. This is its deep root. It's the product of this conservative evangelical Protestant Christianity. It's a cultural thing, a religious thing. It's a religious thing that has built this entire culture of Protestant Christians that now. Okay, I need to go to this is data for progress from February 23rd this year. Okay, and this is okay. So, do you know? Do you personally know anyone who identifies as transgender? Yes, I personally know someone who's transgender. From Republican voters, 18% versus 33% of um, Democrats, and then the independent slash third party is in closer to the um, Democrat Party, and all overall 26%. And of course, there are these gray area for those who do not know, and of course, from 18 to 29%, we have 47% of total who do know, and 70 plus. It's for 70 plus years old is 15%, which is we can. It's I think when it comes to people in age group 70 plus, that 15%, uh, it's quite something to be expected, not just in US, but elsewhere in at least the Western world. But there are, of course, regions in this on this planet where the life expectancy is well below 70. Namely, this is yeah, and this was in this survey. N was 1,321, conducted over February 8th through 13th. Okay, increased visibility and rights of transgender individuals have made society better, says 71% of Democrats, 44%, 71% says of Democrats says yes, and 15 says I don't know. But only 14% says no, that it has made it worse. But of Republicans, only 19%, 19% of Republicans from the same study, 67% say increased visibility for transgender and rights, increased visibility and rights. Transgender rights make the world worse, says 67% of Republicans. Let that sink in. Those are the big most influence because they have a lot of influence in the country, and those are what and government should the 70% of Republicans uh, thinks government should prioritize traditional family structures and social norms over rights of transgender Americans, says 70% of Americans. On the other hand, 71% of Democrats who took part in this study say the government should protect the rights of transgender Americans, um, even if it means changing traditional family structures and social norms, i.e., changing the culture. Uh, and Republicans say keep this culture as it is. Politics also make culture. They can affect that. Uh, what do you have here? And these are sad numbers. 74% of Republicans who are uh, Jens says traditional family was in the 1950s. Yes, that is correct. Such thing has never. However, I must say, the American illusion of traditional family was back then. Such thing as the ideal traditional nuclear family, like cultural concept, gender plurality, cultural concept, social norm. Hmm? So Republicans 74% of Republicans and only 25% of Democrats say legislation preventing transgender children from pursuing medical transition and participating in sports is necessary to ensure, and I quote, the safety and well-being of our children. Like, yeah, this is politics. These are just politics. Mm? But not exactly, no. Because here we are It's cultural shift. Politics create cultural shift, and it goes is a two-way alley. Cultural changes change politics and vice versa. Takeaway takeaways, and this is from process dot progress data for progress.org. From this, they take that the deluge of anti-transgender legislation making its way through state legislatures reveal undeniable truth. Transphobic politics are a key political strategy guiding the American right. The right-wing politicians, which are the most strictest form of uh, evangelical Protestant Christianity. Excuse me. So tired. Okay. The This polling illustrates, and I go on from data for progress.org. Okay. This polling illustrates that these ideas retain a powerful resilience with the American public. Again, culture, the cultural setting. I said I set you into in the beginning, in the beginning of the stream. Okay. Uh, Democrats must resolute, and must be resolute and unwavering in our defense. I'm so sorry, I'm so tired. Yawning. Okay. In our defense for transgender rights. Yes. And I won't even. It's just absolutely disgusting what the state legislature, what the state legislators are doing right now in the U.S. signing into effect these horrendous transphobic bills, just horrendous. There's also already a case, Doe versus Texas, where parents who supported their transgender daughter were suspended from their work, their job, both of them, and reported to the child protection child protection services. And if I'm not mistaken, that they are the state authorities, I mean the state at, or at least local child protection services are planning on taking the child into custody and filing child abuse charges against these parents because the parents did what any sensible loving parent would do. They supported their transgender child, and now it's possible this child may be taken away from them into the care of the state child protective services, where uh, the young lady uh, might face some may face a grim fate. Uh, there are in Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Arizona, several states are now. Yeah, I think there were 42 last year alone of these transphobic, anti-trans bills. It's the culture. It's a cultural norm. It's the cultural norm you find in the U.S. to find these kinds of bills. I have never, even in the most conservative other countries, I've never so far on when I've been making doing these videos or these live streams and the recorded videos. It's just so saddening. In the entire time I've, year and a half, close to a year and a half now. The only place I've seen new anti-trans and anti-LGBTQ plus bills, the only place where new bills are coming in is the US. Whereas in every other country, um, whereas every other country it's either staying as is or reversing slash banning these, changing the laws for the better. Recent examples are from France and Canada, where they recently banned conversion therapy, which is a huge part of the American scene. As I understand it, it's not it's not illegal anywhere in the US. It's not illegal, um, and it's the preferred method of dealing. It's a preferred method of dealing with someone being gay. The preferred method is conversion therapy, which is kind of sad. Okay, I need to clean my glasses. Okay, so it is by all means a cultural phenomenon in the US. There's no denying. It has been the norm, the this sort of strong conservative Protestant Christianity is the reason. I'm not here to bash religion, but that's how it is. The Native Americans were all everything other than transphobic. Uh, they had the up to five social genders that would probably translate to current transgender, non-binary, and transvestite and such things in modern terms. But what we had in but all this bashing and banishing and banishment and trying to fix something that isn't broken, big when it comes to to trans and gender diverse people. It started, the bashing, the persecution and such started when the white man came to North America, mainly the Protestant Christians into the east coast of North America and wiping out almost all Native Americans. Whereas in when Columbus came, yeah, with Columbus came the Catholic religion, the Catholic Christianity, which did the same thing for centuries, but are now trying. It's not this, but they are not doing the same. I haven't seen anything like this in the Latin America, in the Catholic countries, Catholic Spanish and Portuguese speaking countries. This, yes, Brazil. Okay, Brazil is the one of the most dangerous place to go to if you're trans. That is true. Yes, but still, as far as I can tell, they haven't been ramping up. Stepping up. You know, putting shifting bigger gear all the time. The rest of the world are going into a tolerant direction. Uh, the secular countries, of course, for example, France, Italy, Spain, and Portugal are all traditionally Catholic countries, but still, uh, but yet, Germany is the home of Germany and Switzerland are the home countries of modern Protestant Christianity. But yet, are they vile, vile homophobes? Vile is the government, the Swiss and German governments, are they vile, vile transphobes, only aiming at torturing and killing their young ones, their young trans citizens? Are they doing that? No, they are doing the actual opposite. Germany has the legal third gender. Okay, as one of the very first countries in Europe, Germany has a third legal gender. Your gender marker can be in a German passport. Your gender marker can be either M, F, or X. So I think Norway has the third gender marker now. I'm not sure. I could have checked that up, but didn't. Um, but Germany definitely does. So it's not Protestant and uh, Poland is predominantly Catholic, Roman Catholic. Yes, they have just a few, maybe just a handful of uh, pieces of legislation here and there that can be considered anti-LGBTQ, but not to the extent that the US has. The Ireland, Republic of Ireland, uh, is a tough nut, but it's predominantly Roman Catholic. Okay, divorce was illegal until 1997. That is correct. That is a fact. But yet, since then, they've taken huge leaps forward. Uh, Northern Ireland, the part that is of the island that is part of UK. Uh, they have same sex marriage. Even I think they have same sex marriage. Okay, hang on. Yes, same sex marriage in Northern Ireland has been legal since January 13th, 2020, following the enactment of Northern Ireland Executive Formation Act, uh, Executive Formation, etc. Act of 2019, and first ceremony took place February 11th, 2020. So it's been just over a year. But anyway, it's even in Northern Ireland. Yes. So it's not the religion in Europe. Um, it's not because our societies in the European societies have not been. It's not so. How shall I put this? Not so profoundly instilled in our institutions. It's not in infused into our politics, our culture. Of course, the cultural 70% or so of 70 something percent of Finns or of Finnish people are members of the Finnish Evangelical Lutheran Church. Another few percent, maybe 5% or something, are something toward up, but and maximum of 5% are members of the Finnish of the Eastern Orthodox Church. Uh, and we've had uh, first the Roman Catholic Church and then the uh, Lutheran beliefs here for ever since the Swedes came to Finland uh, in 1200s, 1300s, something like that. But it's still not instilled. Transphobia, homophobia is not instilled in our society. Uh, of course, this, neither is it in other in Scandinavia, in the Nordic countries. Even though we have a centuries long relationship with Protestant Christianity, it's only seems to be only in America where the fundamentalist Protestant Christianity dominates the dominates the society, the entirety of the society. So, what can we conclude from this? And yes, and the let's go. Where what do we have it? Not that one. I've lost the page. And what kind? Okay, let's get this one. Where in what country? In what country? From which from which? Pick one other country. Okay, it, Russia and if you can't pick any other country and you can't pick Russia, where else do you get this kind of thing? Governors, the South Dakota governor's chief of staff likens transgender kids South Dakota governor Noam's chief of staff likens transgender kids to if you can't pick one country and you can't pick Russia, where do you get stuff like this? the United States of fucking America. Another locker room bill. Bowie says, "Hello, sorry, I'm here. Don't say you're sorry. You're here. I'm glad to see you." The House also passed bill. The South Dakota House also passed House Bill 1005 today, a second anti-transgender bill that would prohibit transgender students from using multi-occupancy public school facilities consistent with their gender identity, uh, including shower rooms, bathrooms, changing rooms, and sleeping rooms for overnight trips. Bill is now moved to the Senate. Okay, and in a shocking exchange during the House Affairs Committee's debate on SB 46, which would be the first anti anti-transgender sports ban. Okay, um, Jens says some fundamentalist Islamic countries, perhaps. Well, I've never heard this kind of rhetoric. I mean, I've heard all kinds of shit. I mean, I've heard them being called sick, Satan, whatever they call Satan, demonic, whatever, but not with this word. Never with this word. Louis says, "Sorry, I'm late." No, no need to say you're sorry on my channel. Sorry, you're late, or make excuses, or say you're sorry for this or that. Okay. Jens goes on to say, if a bill sounds insane when he replaces the affected group with redheads, it is insane in any case. Yes, this would be insane with redhead. This would be really really insane with redheads as well. In a shocking exchange during the House State Affairs Committee's debate on SB 46 last week, the sports bill, anti-transgender sports bill, the governor's chief of staff, Mark Miller, defended the bill by likening transgender kids to saying by putting it in law, we are ensuring that we're seeing all over the country that does not happen in South Dakota. It's sort of like you want it to keep you want it to keep over there, not let it get to here. In this obscene statement, Miller unwittingly conceded what many proponents of the bill avoid mentioning, which is that legislators are unable to point to any instance of what they're legislating against. Now, this is something I've spoken about on this channel before. They have never, ever, not a single time, not a single bill, not a single state, not a single governor, not a single politician. They have never, 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 in not even once, pointed to any instances to of what they are actually legislating against. It's a theme across the country. Read more here, and all these links, the this one, this link, this article from Data for Progress, you can find it in the description box, and this one too. This article can also. This is from humanrightscampaign.org. You can find both of these links in the description box down below. And now that I mentioned the description box, I would like to give a huge shout out to my patron Flems and forget, uh, not that I, before I forget. Now, uh, please go check my Patreon. My Patreon is patreon.com/Heidi's Corner, and the link is in the description box also, and you'll find my link to my PayPal. And I will hold a poll at some point when I find a suitable platform suitable platform to do so. I will hold a poll because I don't have the community tab yet, but I will um, hold a poll that Bowie says, are all those idiots you're talking about Republicans? Yes, they are Republicans. Like every I've never seen. I'm yet to see a single Democrat to push this bill to push any of these bills. I've yet to see. Uh, uh, I've yet to see a Democrat politician to make the political suicide to push any of these. And yes, says it. Well, I don't like it. It has to be banned, made illegal. In short, yes, exactly that. I don't understand it. Therefore, it's not real. Therefore, it must be banned. Yes. Anyway, because I still do not have 1,000 subscribers, which I would love to have by the end of the year. Please share my stuff, my channel, my videos. Anyway, I have decided that when I find a suitable uh, platform to hold a poll, I will pick a few. I will pick a few charities. I'll pick a list of charities, and I'll let you vote. My viewers and followers, I'll let you pick the charity, and and then I'll donate everything that my viewers donate to my PayPal. I will donate to this charity to support the Ukrainian people and the refugees. But I will let you know later when I find the um, suitable charities to support through which I could support the Ukrainian people, and I will let you vote on which. And when it's the charity is picked, I will announce that I will start collecting money for the charity, and then when the time frame is up, I will donate everything, every single cent that you donate to my PayPal, I will donate directly to said charity. And I, of course, will provide a receipt for the donation. Now, there are other links in the description box. Check those out, and you'll find all kinds of nice things. I think Jens is on my Discord servers, at least one of them. Of Bowie, I'm not sure if you are not. If you're not, please join. The invitation links to my both servers, um, my channel server, and the LGBT plus safe space servers are also in the description box in the towards the bottom of the description box. Also, my email is downstairs, not downstairs, but down there in the description box below. And do you have any? Bowie says Bowie hates Republicans. Well, good for you. I don't. I I really hate. I wouldn't say I hate many things, but I I just have a strong distaste for certain things. I just have a strong distaste for Republicans. I Yeah, that's just how it goes. But it's what we can gather from all this. It's cultural. It's rooted rather deep within the American culture. There's LGBTQ plus phobia for due to reasons discussed here. Due to the reasons discussed in this live stream. Anyway, let's see. I thought this would have been a lot busier stream. I thought so. I thought this would be. Bowie says only Republicans come up with shit like this. Yes, at least in the U.S. In the U.S., that is the case. Yes, because for a Democrat, if a Democrat starts to peddle all this kind of legislation, it's a political suicide for them. But for a Republican, that's a boost for their career. Yes, as in the US, it's always the right to do something. It's never the right to be something. Exactly. It's the only. It's the only right and privilege is to be. It's the right to be a Republican. It's the right to be Republican. Yeah. Anyway, but conclusion, American transphobia is a cultural phenomenon. And to claim otherwise would be lying. It would be I told it would be lying. I'd be lying if I told you otherwise. Honestly, it's I'd be lying if I told you otherwise. Anyway, now I think that is it for today. I think I have said everything I wanted to uh, say about the subject for today. Uh, I will be back regarding this subject at another. Well, these anti-trans bills. It seems like I've done so many videos about these anti-trans bills, but they just keep popping up. They just keep popping up, and I'd be a fool if I didn't come back to these bills on my channel. Okay, but Fat Kid was here. Stefan was here. I was here, and you are here. and I will see you. I'll see you on Friday for Random Friday. Same time, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. UK Friday evening, and I will see you then. Bye.